I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags, and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Good morning, everyone. It's May 9th, 2020. I'm Eric. So, the other day, I had a couple of questions in the comments section about how exactly we can go about forming a resistance of some kind. I'm gonna find the comment and read it to you. That way I get it correct here. All right, I have it pulled up on my phone here. This comes from Dan DeJurin or Jarin. I'm not sure how they say it there, but it says, Eric, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you see that the virus is fake. Okay, let me stop right there. I really don't think the virus is fake, okay? I just don't see every country in the world destroying their economy over something that doesn't exist at all. Do I think maybe they've gone overboard? Not maybe. They have gone overboard. But as far as people getting sick, yeah, I do think people are getting sick. So, what is fake though is the mainstream media news coverage, right? And they have been staging things. There's been nurses. With lots of time on their hands, they've been able to choreograph fairly complex dance routines and so on and so forth. So I definitely think people are getting sick. I just don't think it justifies any of what's been going on. So there's that. You are right. It's time to take a stand. The problem is how. We can't do it individually, otherwise they will just send a SWAT team to arrest us. And we can't gather in groups, so how? Okay, let me stop right there. Oh, wait. You saw what happened to those 6 patriots in Odessa yesterday that tried to take a stand. And I did not see what happened to them. The problem is there wasn't enough of them. Look, there's no easy answer, okay? There's just not. The problem is motivation. Motivating the people. Not everyone is alarmed by our rights being very quickly diminished, and unfortunately, these individuals will be alarmed when it's too late, if at all. All right, but there are things we can do, and I'm gonna point out a couple of articles here. I'm not going to read too much of them to you. I will tell you where they're at, and if you decide to read them, you decide to read them. So, this one here is a great example of what we can do, all right? Citizens swarm cops arresting a woman for being on the beach, then force them to stand down. And this happened in California. So people became pretty upset there in California about not being able to go to the beach, especially after several studies have found that UV light, or rays rather, UV rays from the sun, is very helpful. And of course, anybody who pays attention should know that when you absorb sunlight, you tend to feel a little bit better than days that you're not outside in the sun. And I can't tell you what a big difference the sun makes in my life. I'm a very, very sun-oriented person. So if the sun is bright and sunny and I go outside, I feel bad before I do. And after an hour or so outside, I don't feel bad anymore. So, but yeah, they got pretty upset about that, and there was a woman here on the beach that was about to get arrested, and other citizens came to her rescue. And this is exactly what we must do for each other when we see somebody being unjustly arrested. I'll give you credit if some motherfucker just killed somebody, and it was clearly not a case of self-defense, then arrest them. But this is not what we're talking about. We are talking about people being able to go outside to a beach and absorb sunlight. It seems to me they're going through an awful lot of problems to keep people out of the sun. I wonder why that is. But a likely tipping point for the citizens wanting to get back out onto the beach was the fact that Democratic Congressman Harley Rada claimed that opening beaches was reckless, and he was photographed hanging out on the beach last weekend. But it's okay, because he's a congressman. And just like the Chicago mayor, it was okay for her to get her hair done. Not that it was going to matter a whole lot, because that bitch is fucking whipped. And I mean whipped. Whipped. I mean whipped. Okay? But the campaign manager of this individual said in the statement that Rada and his family were actively moving and adequately socially distancing on a residential beach. And the California people decided the hypocrisy was over and went out to the beach themselves. And there was a video uploaded to Twitter that shows the power people have when it comes to civil disobedience in numbers. There are enough of us doing something. There's not a fucking thing they can do about it, unless they want to put themselves in grave danger. Hundreds of potential beachgoers anxiously watch from the sidelines as police threaten to arrest one brave woman that disobeyed the order and walked out onto the beach. She was quickly approached by two cops who began placing her under arrest for daring to violate Newsom's orders. And if you don't know who Newsom is, it's the fucking governor of California. While being arrested, the unidentified woman was put on her knees and her flag confiscated as unrest fomented in the crowd on the sidelines. Get out there, one of the protesters yelled from the sidewalk, civil disobedience. When the tipping point was reached and enough people overcame the fear of arrest, they stormed the beach. It is fear that's keeping the American people from being free. It is fear that is keeping America from reaching its actual potential. I don't think it'll play, but I'll give it a shot here. I don't have good luck when it comes to streaming Twitter videos. Let's see. While recording for some reason. And I can already tell it's going to be bullshit here.
We're going to the beach?
Get out there! Get out there! Get out there! Civil disobedience! I want that.
Alright, so this is the second time, men out there, okay? This is the second time it was a woman who risked being arrested, possibly assaulted, and possibly killed. Where are the men of America? Where are your balls? That's what I want to know. Because I have lived my life in a constant state of disobedience. And I've paid a heavy price for it. Alright? Because I was doing it alone. So, how do you get people riled up enough to say, fuck the police, I'm going to do what I want? Well, number one, you should really be showing people videos like this. This one here. But hey, if you want to remain prisoners, and look, we were prisoners long before COVID-19 came along. We've been prisoners for quite a long time. We stopped being citizens a long time ago. We became consumers. We became tax cattle. We became a number. So there's that. And people, you're going to have to make a decision, okay? You're going to have to make a decision because that thing in California, in Ventura County, it's not only going to happen in Ventura County, California. It could start there, but as soon as one place starts doing it, it will spread just like the lockdowns did. And I don't think it's going to be real pleasant when these people come around to our doors. I think that COVID-19 is going to be the justification used to come into your home, search it, and seize whatever items they deem inappropriate, i.e. guns, ammo, other methods of self-defense. So you have to make a choice. When you see your neighbors being dragged out of their homes, are you going to sit in the corner of your home and cower inside? Or are you going to come to her rescue or their rescue, like the people did on that beach there? Where are your balls, men? Where are you at, militias? What are you doing? I can tell you what you're doing. You're still playing war games in the woods while actual shit is hitting the fan. You're still playing weekend warrior when you should be a warrior all the time. Not just on Saturday. Georgia kicks off chilling door-to-door COVID-19 blood collections. I told you, it's not going to only be in Ventura County, California. Even your Republican states, like the one I live in, will be doing this. That should tell you right there. Should tell you that this is something they agreed upon a while ago. Okay? They have in Georgia, at least, where the State Department's or State's Department of Public Health recently announced, in cooperation with both Fulton County and DeKalb County's boards of health, that, in quotes, to learn more about the spread of COVID-19, an investigation has commenced. And it's an investigation that's leading government officials to make random stops at randomly selected residents and ask random citizens for their blood. Now, what are they going to do when some of these people come back positive or have antibodies? San Antonio City Council passes resolution declaring Chinese virus to be hate speech. Yep. So, and people there in San Antonio, I hope you do not take this shit. I hope you don't. Again, where are your balls, men? I mean, I can say this because I have literally lived my life in a state of disobedience. I've always had the balls. Congress sets up taxpayers to eat $454 billion of Wall Street's losses. And where is your goddamn outrage? Where's it at? There should literally be riots going on right now. $33 million Americans lost their jobs due to COVID-19 lockdowns over the past several weeks. Our country is literally turning into a third world nation before your very eyes. I mean, there were already places in this country before that had fallen into a state of third world conditions, such as Flint, Michigan, such as Gary, Indiana, places in Ohio, all across the United States. And this has finished the fucking job. I strongly urge all of you, if you're on Facebook, to abandon that platform. And I really urge everyone to try to abandon YouTube in favor of BitChute. I think BitChute, the creator of BitChute, could use the help. How about you? Facebook's Ministry of Truth goes live. Social media giant names 20 people to its Supreme Court for content moderation. Now, this is why you should not believe anything you see on mainstream media. Okay? Michigan hospital workers say CBS and hospital administration faked COVID patients for sensational news segment. So, in an interview with the whistleblower, James O'Keefe asked, "You're telling me you're 100% certain that CBS News Corporation National, staged a fake event? They faked the news. They faked the reality and broadcasted that to all their audience last Friday on CBS this morning." So, and that reply from the hospital worker, whistleblower, is 100% absolutely. And since snitches are so fond of government intervention, we can go ahead and throw them right in there in the concentration camps they have set up for the American people. We can go ahead and throw them right in there with your local politicians, with your state politicians, with your federal politicians, where they fully intend putting us. And if you don't believe me, man, just look up the fucking Resettlement and Operations manual. It is outlined very, very, very clearly in that manual what they intend to do. And that manual is for now. I told you that this summer was going to be a summer of hell. People are going to be starving. People are going to be sick. People are going to be angry. People are going to be dying en masse. Again, where are your fucking balls, men? Where are they? Speaking of men, I went to my chiropractor yesterday. And there was this dude in there. big tough guy type guy, you know. Loudly crying and whining about the doctor there, poking his muscles, loudly crying and whining about the pain. Now I thought to myself, no wonder we're all slaves. America has become the land of the snitches. They say during this coronavirus pandemic, but no, it's not only during this time. America has been populated by snitches for a long time. For those that wondered if Americans would be willing to report on their neighbors in a widespread basis during a major crisis, you now have your answer. All over the county, calls have been pouring in to authorities from concerned citizens. Concerned. That are quite eager to point a finger at their neighbors for violating their lockdown. In fact, has been reported that some very nosy people in the state of California were actually calling 911 to report their neighbors were coughing inside their homes. Apparently you can't cough inside your home. And California is one of them places where weed is legal, so I would go out on a limb here and say that if you hear somebody coughing, it's very possible that they're smoking some weed. And that's why you should keep your fucking nose to yourself. That's why you should mind your own fucking business. That's why you should keep your fucking mouth shut. Of course, the mainstream media is not exactly helping matters when they use phrases such as death sentence to describe this pandemic. Yeah, we should all be taking this virus seriously, but the truth is that this is not the end of the world, and everyone needs to calm down. It's not the end of the world, but let me tell you something. It is the end for America. Oh yeah, we'll still exist geographically. And yeah, there'll still be some uppity officials out there trying to keep the lid on order, but they're going to fail miserably, and the current state of things is my proof of that. Of course, we never know. We never know. I could be wrong. I could be. But it doesn't look that way. So what we got to do is group up with like-minded people and prepare to resist at every opportunity. So, that's what it's going to take. Alright, it's going to take us defending each other, not snitching on each other. And as far as I'm concerned, those people who snitched need to be put in the very same places these politicians need to go when they are captured. Now, I'm going to try to do another video today covering this. It'll probably have to go up on BitChute, because if you question the WHO and their pseudoscience on YouTube, or even Facebook for that matter, they will pull your video down, and then in some instances ban you. So and there's a lot of bad stuff coming our way. I'm going to be focusing on our domestic problems, but look, we have shit unfolding in the South China Sea that we should be paying attention to. We have our economy literally falling to shambles very, very quickly. We should be paying attention to that. And if you're not prepared, man, I feel for you. But there were literally hundreds of people out there on YouTube urging individuals to prepare, and instead of listening or clicking on their videos, you chose to ignore all the symptoms, all the signs that some rank shit was about to happen. So, anyway, I thought I would talk to you all about this today. But the key is defending each other. The key is, if you have friends that hold your point of view, you guys need to get together in a group and then try to pull people into that group. And the bigger your group is, the safer you are from the heavy-handed tactics of the politicians and their enforcement branch. We have to push back, people. We have to sacrifice, because we are being sacrificed right now. So, do you want your kids to, well, it's too late. They already are going to be living in a hellscape world after this. I guess the only logical thing to do at this point is to teach them how to defend themselves. Teach your wife if she doesn't know. And get ready, because these people are going to be coming to your door. Until next time, kill the state, live free.